All right, welcome back to eSIM Studios. We are wrapping up the year for 2023 and the life cycle, well, not life cycle, but the introductory year of the S23 Ult series and more specifically the S23 Ultra. Now, we have a new and incoming S24 Ultra that I guess will be here in just a few weeks, but I wanted to do a best of cases, my personal pick, my personal selection of the very best cases for the S23 Ultra. Here at eSIM Studios, we do the most extensive, the best case reviews for your favorite devices. And I have a large collection of cases for the S23, but these are, some of my favorites here in different categories. I'm not going to have one favorite case. I got a bunch of cases, right? I change cases all the time, but let's get into it. So, my favorite thin, and I'll have runners up too, right? I'll have a favorite, but then I'll have some that I use too on the side. Not so much. And you can kind of tell up there on the top left. But let's get into it. My favorite thin case, which I typically use inside the home, and I don't take it outside the house because I have different cases, more protective cases when I go outside to protect it for drops on concrete, and we will get into those. But my favorite thin case is the Nillkin Case Frosted Shield. Very nice blue. It's got a felt, right? I'm not going to do extensive reviews because I've actually reviewed every single one of these, but I'm just going to run through it so I don't make this video too long. Gives it a nice, thin but protective look and feel. Absolutely great, not too bulky. You got grips on the sides, both sides. It's nice, thin, all the cutouts match up, and you get that nice classic blue. And also the S Pen, look at that nice big cutout. So my favorite thin case, and I'm going to link all of these in the description box below, so if you see something you like, be my guest, go ahead and pick one up. Now, this one's not available on Amazon. This is only available on AliExpress. So, but have no fear. I mean, I've been using AliExpress for years and never had one single issue. So, you can get this for like $6. So, it sure beats it being on Amazon. The only downside is you got to wait like 5 to 7 days for it to get to you, but it is what it is. Favorite thin case. Runner up is, what is this, Ringke? This is the runner-up, right? I got it because it kind of matches the phone, but now that you see it side by side, it doesn't really match, but it kind of does. It gives it a look and feel, right? So this is a nice thin case, different material. This is a PC. You know what? This is silicone, I believe. It's way more flimsy, right? Because this one you can't really flex. That's a PC, hard polycarbonate. This is a soft silicone. But it gives it a nice soft feel, nice white or cream color looking, and matches the phone really nice. A little smaller cutout, but it is indented, so you do get a nice and easy S Pen extraction. So this is my runner-up. I do use this, but just not as much inside as the Nillkin. Very nice. Ringke. I'm not even sure. What is it? Air S case. Now, let's say my favorite best all-around case. A case that I can use in the house that's not too bulky, because I hate to use bulky cases inside the home, because when you drop a phone inside the home, it's not as damaging as dropping it on concrete, right? I don't have concrete in the house. We got carpet and fake wood flooring, so... but a case that you can use inside the home, in the gym, in the office, and dare even take it outside, yes, is the Spigen. Is this rough armor? I go through so many cases, guys. I'm sorry. This is the tough armor or rough armor? I apologize. It's one of the two. I'll put the correct one in the description box. This is the tough armor, I believe. I don't know. It's one of those armors. Classic design, classic look, classic feel, very stylish, very grippy. You can tell it's got grips on both sides. It's got air vents in each. That's one of the things. Look, this doesn't have any air vents in here. Most people think that's for design. I mean for looks. That's actually designed to dissipate heat. So taking this one outside in the hot Texas heat is not going to cool down the phone or help cool down the phone at all, right? There's no air channels. This has got air channels. So and it does give you some protection, as you can tell. It's got little added bumpers on all four corners. So I do feel comfortable. Sometimes when I'm running out of the house or I need to leave real quick and I have this on, I don't even worry about changing my case. I just run out the house because I know this will give you somewhat decent protection. Very classic looking Spigen case. Love Spigen. They make, my wife is not, big fans of Spigen because all they make are like black colored cases, which I love, but she's, girly and likes all the color stuff. But I love Spigen. Been using them for like literally forever since they started making cases for cell phones. So big fan of theirs. Love this case. You absolutely cannot go wrong with this case. I promise you. Now, it's not the most protective case, but like I told you, it's protective enough for outside use, and it's thin enough to use inside the home. So cannot go wrong with this S Pen. Nice and easy. Cool. So that's best all-round case. So we got best thin, runner-up thin, best all-round, Spigen. Now, my most protective case. Now, this may not be the absolute most protective case on the planet, but it's the most protective case that I like. Remember, this is my video. This is my selection. I love this next case. Caseology. This is what I use whenever I leave the home. It's bulky. It's not that bulky. Actually, it's thin for a very protective case. But look, this is the Caseology. I've reviewed all these on the channel. You got nice heat dissipation. This is like a molded two-tone type of case. You got the hard backing, so it makes it nice and rigid. But then you also have I don't even know what that's called. It's not silicone, but you have the soft border, but the hard back, right? And this is the Caseology Athlex, Athlex, Athlex. Got this case for my Pixel. Got this case for a bunch of phones. And the first, I think it is a newer generation case. I think they just released this series maybe a year or two ago, so it's fairly new. But the sad thing is that they offer other devices. They'll have them in like different color combinations where this backing will all be black on all of them, but the border around the phone and then this little slit in the back will be like an off color or orange color or yellow color. But for the S23 Ultra, or at least on Amazon, all they had was gray. But I was like, well, whatever. It kind of matches the phone anyways. But very protective. This is my go-to case when I'm leaving the home, right? Because I know I will be Caseology gonna have me protected for any environment. It's not too bulky because this phone is big already. I don't want to feel like I have a brick in my pocket. But very nice looking case, very protective. It almost feels like a tire, right? It's like rubber. It's not sticky, but just very, very grippy. It's hard to tell in the lighting. They got grips all over this case. Very grippy, as you can tell. See, it looks like a tire, right? It looks like rubber. So you will definitely be protected with this Caseology case. So we got best thin, runner-up thin, best all-round, best protective. Now, if you want to protect your camera, right? Like the next case is going to be the best camera protection case. I'm not sure what the environment would be because like if you think you would need a case for going outside, this does have camera protection. Well, I'm not sure really what environment you would need something to have maximum camera protection. You know what? I take that back. It just came to me. If you're going to be on gravel, right? Not concrete, not asphalt, but like a gravel surface, or if you're a construction worker, or you're going to be walking over a long or a huge parking lot that's like half developed, where they still have to lay the asphalt. You get those little tiny black rocks all over the place. If you're going to be doing work, or look, you got to plan ahead, right? If you want to keep this thing, look, these things cost a lot of money, right? So you got to plan ahead if you're going to want to keep this thing nice and safe. So this next case has got you covered on camera protection. I have reviewed it on the channel, but I know a lot of viewers right now maybe not have seen it because I did it a while ago when this phone first came out a year ago. Our channel is about a year old, so let me introduce this case. The Nillkin Tennis Court Case. Now, I'm just kidding on the name, but I always think of a tennis court whenever I pull this out. I always think of it. You know why? Because it feels like a tennis racket. Because each one of these hexagons, is that a hexagon or octagon? It's not a print. It's an actual mold. Like each one of those hexagon or octagons are individual. So you can dig your fingernail in and around each one of them. But look at this. Boom. 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 Now, tell me that's not camera protective. If you have it closed, nothing will break your camera or the lens. Now, only downside of this, look, it doesn't have any thing for heat dissipation. It is look, it's thin. It's got a semi-hard inside and then a semi-hard. So it's not super stiff, but it's not super flimsy. You know, like on this one, the inside was stiff and the border around it was kind of flexible. Well, this one's kind of stiff all the way around. Now, it's not a negative. I'm just saying, although the material is a little thin, usually when you see big bulky cases like this, they're like really thick, but that's not a bad thing, right? Because they're same company that makes this one, Nillkin. Same design as this, basically, except it's got now you can find this style from Nillkin on Amazon that has the, so look, they don't sell this specific case on Amazon. Again, this was purchased on AliExpress. However, they have like a in-between on Amazon. These two you cannot get on Amazon, but Amazon does sell a case, Nillkin does sell a case on Amazon for the S23 Ultra that kind of combines these two, right? It looks like this, but it has a camera slider on the back. So I'm sure you can find it. I didn't like it for whatever reason, but I love these two. So this is the very best for camera protection. It does have a spring. Watch, you can barely push it and it'll just go. Whoops, I haven't used it in a few months, so it's probably... So it's spring loaded. You don't have to push it in all the way. However, sometimes I'll forget my flashlight is on. I've used this one time. My flashlight was on for like 2 hours. I was like, damn, my battery freaking went quick today. What was going on? And I took this case off and my flashlight was on. I couldn't tell because it was closed. But you just have to get, used to using it. But let's go ahead and slap it in there. Goes on easy. Still protective though. Look, you get the Nillkin, same thing with on those four corners. You get bumpers, little bumpers on all four corners here. You have the nice cutout here. No issues whatsoever. You can tell their bumper right here. Does it have a lanyard? Yeah, lanyard hole. Look, it's got grips on all sides, or at least on the two sides where your hand is. Discover innovation. You got nice. There's the bumpers. And then you got the grips on this side. Does it give the name? Oh, just Nillkin. But when you're ready to take a photo, you got to get used to it because sometimes you'll open your camera app and you go, wait, what the hell? It's all black. Well, it's because this is closed. But that does not block any photos or any sensors or anything. It just uses it as normal. And when you're done, just like that. Now it keeps dust out, keeps dirt out, and then obviously prevents your device from, if you're super careful and want the maximum camera lens protection, I'll link this in the description. Again, this is way cheaper on AliExpress than it is on Amazon. Again, you do have to wait 5 to 6 days, but you get a badass case for a few bucks. So definitely worth it. It feels like no other case I've owned. It looks like no other case I've owned. I do believe they have this in one or two other same design, but maybe I think the octagons octagons on the back, or maybe a little different colors, but y'all can check it out. Very, very cool. And then if you want to go with the most badass case, like you want to show off, right? Like you're like, damn, I'm going to like a Christmas party for my work, company Christmas party, or let's say you're going on a first date or whatever. You go to the movies, whatever, right? But you want to show off. You want a badass case that looks cool, it feels cool, and it just plain looks badass. Then this next one is for you. And I reviewed this recently, but this is the Benks, Benks. Go check out that review, the full review of this. This is a Kevlar, right? It looks like carbon fiber, but it's actually Kevlar, right? It's what they make the bulletproof vests out of. So you know this thing is going to protect your phone. If it protects your body from bullets, it's going to protect your phone from drops, right? It looks thin, but it is tough as hell. It's got the built-in MagSafe magnet in there, so all you got to do is slap your phone in there and then boop, and it will wireless charge. We did all the testing. But look at this design. It's Kevlar, right? When I first saw it, now they did send this to me for free, and I will link their website in this video description. And I did a full honest review. I've been using it. I absolutely love it. It is a little more expensive than these, but you get what you pay for, right? You want a better, higher quality, more badass case. You got to pay a little bit more to get that, right? It's like if you want a Ferrari, if you want to drive fast, you got to buy the fast car, right? Well, this is the Ferrari of phone cases, right? So it looks like carbon fiber, but it's not. It's actually Kevlar, which is actually better to you. Go watch the review. I get into it and explain the Kevlar thing. It's freaking awesome. Goes on nice and easy, and it makes your phone look like a complete badass. Snaps on just like that. Now, what do I love about this? Not only the looks, right? The feel. I can't tell you how many times when I was using this before I did the review, and I still use it, but when I have this on here, it feels like you do not have a case on the phone. Now, does the Kevlar feel different than the back of the glass of the phone? Yes, but holding it in your hands, look where they cut this at. Look where they trimmed the case at. So you can actually feel your phone again. I can't tell you how many cases, big cases, thick cases like this one, they're protective, but they come up and over your display like this. So when you're using it, or sometimes when you swipe back, right, you don't catch it the first or second time. You're like, oh, damn it, you got to take this finger and go, like, make it more of a pronounced back gesture. This case, you don't have to worry about it. Boom, 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 boom. Feels like you're not even using a case. So if you're interested in this one, a complete badass, overall badass case, then this is what you need to get. I really, really, really like this case. It is freaking awesome. So that will do it. I do have some other cases here, but they're basically, these are good. These are the ones I use most all the time. So we will leave it here. Again, I'll link all these in the description box below. And it was nice to end the video on a showstopper of a case from Benks for the S23 Ultra. So we'll leave it right here. If you got any questions, if you want to say, hey, what's better, the Spigen or the Caseology, or if there's a Casetify, whatever, hit me up in the comments. I check them every day. It's the best way to get a hold of me. My contact information is in the description box below. And I will see you tomorrow. We upload daily, so I will definitely see you tomorrow. Peace out.